Hi there, and welcome to Hack the Cycle. I'm your host, Nadia Okamoto, co-founder of August, a lifestyle period brand. Does your mood ebb and flow alongside your period? I know mine does, so I'm on my way to talk to licensed therapists to find out more about the correlation between mental health and your menstrual cycle. Let's go. Hi.
Hi, Nadia.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
What are we doing outside?
So why we're outside is because I'm actually about to get my period right now.
Me too, me too.
Okay, we're on the same page. And so for me, movement helps so much in regulating my mental health and my emotions during this time. So I thought we could just do a little walk together. Is that okay?
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So how long have you been walking intentionally as part of your period routine?
I would say about 5 years. So I use movement to help when I'm feeling anxious in any kind of a way. So I was thinking, if I'm feeling anxious before I'm menstruating, why not try movement? And so that's been really helpful for me. But I know you said you are about to be on your period too. What works for you?
I'm a big yoga girly.
Okay.
And for me, I just need to be able to stretch and get my period aches out.
Yeah, that makes so much sense because there's so much research that shows a link between movement and happiness because movement increases our serotonin levels. And so yeah, it makes sense that movement for the both of us is really helpful.
I have so many more questions about that, and I would love to sit down and chat.
Yeah, so my office is right over here. Why don't we head over there and we can get more in depth there?
Amazing, let's do that.
Okay, let's go.
Awesome. So now that we're sitting down, I have to ask, why do people's moods change when they're on their period?
So there are two key hormones that go into the menstruating cycle, and that is estrogen and progesterone. And so when estrogen and progesterone are going up and down, that also impacts serotonin levels. Serotonin levels are the lowest when we are menstruating and right before we are menstruating. And so that's why during those times, it's really important to do those mood uplifting activities.
So that basically means really treat yourself when you're on your period, and that's scientifically backed.
It's science.
Yes. What advice do you have for people out there who are struggling with their mood alongside their period?
The first thing I would say is to validate it for yourself because it's hard for us to receive and also take support and care when we don't feel that what we're going through is valid. Then we can take it to the next step of feeling like we can replenish ourselves and be able to take care of ourselves. Again, you want to find activities that can increase those serotonin levels.
I know there's more conversation coming up about PMDD and more like extreme cases of PMS. At what point should you go talk to a professional about how your period is affecting your mental health?
I'm so glad that there are more conversations around the different diagnoses with mental health, with PMDD, with premenstrual dysphoric disorder. PMDD is when people's levels of anxiety, depression, or mood changes are really intense during the time that they're menstruating or prior to the time that they're menstruating. It makes it really tough to function, whether that be in work, in school, in your relationships. It feels really debilitating. Being able to make sure that you have the right provider who can help you navigate that, because it is something that is a real struggle, that you can have a solution to it. So that might be being diagnosed with any kind of medications, hormonal therapies, or again, being referred to a talk therapist.
What are some of your go-to mood boosting activities?
I love to take a walk by the water where I see the New York skyline.
With your dog?
Yes, oh my gosh, with my dog, of course. And also putting the phone away. That can be a really big one because we can get overwhelmed. If you have a furry pet, cuddling your pet, and then also reaching out to people, whether that be a talk therapist, a friend, a trusted family member, somebody who will validate what you're going through so you feel less alone in your struggles.
Why do you think it's so important to break stigma around periods and mental health?
Because the isolation and the shame that we feel when menstruating is one of the biggest things that makes that anxiety and depression even more exacerbated. It's already something that's out of those who are menstruating's control. And when we have less shame around it and there's less of that stigma, we can start to feel less alone in the struggles that we face, and also to have it validated by not only ourselves, but those in our community, and then also society as a whole.